I mean, I told a story, and you mentioned it, that when I was going through my family troubles and felt bewildered in a new school, I didn't know what I was doing. I actually thought God commanded me not to step on the cracks in the pavement, and I would walk back steps to make sure. And that to me has always been a useful metaphor for me for what fundamentalism really is. It was because I was afraid and lost and wanted a God that would tell me exactly what to do, so I would have no freedom at all. And what the American founding was about was saying, let go of that. This is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This word happiness. I've always found it's amazing that kind of what sounds almost a banal modern idiocy, happy. Let's be happy. Don't worry, be happy, is right there, happiness. And not the achievement of it, but the pursuit of it as a goal. Not the pursuit of pleasure, pursuit of happiness. Now, maybe virtue, as Aristotle argues, makes you happy. And I think to a great extent it does. And I think that's what it's about. But no, Santorum is deeply afraid and also believes in the power of government to dictate and control people's lives in the most intimate details. I mean, he believes in principle that the state has a right to control what you do in your bedroom, specifically. He believes the state has a right to dictate even your sexual positions. He believes
what positions is he in favour of?
There's only one position allowed. Right. I remember once having a rather hilarious conversation in retrospect with a Catholic priest when I was really trying to figure out what the difference was between an infertile couple having sex with no possibility of procreation and a gay couple having sex with no possibility of procreation, given that the Catholic Church has conceded that homosexual orientation is as involuntary as infertility. And his answer was that in the missionary position, you look at each other's eyes and don't look at the rest of the body, so that you don't get distracted by physical desire, and it's pure love. And somehow you come, of course, the woman doesn't come at all because
it's not her job.
It's not her job. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't see the guy's eyes when you're fucking him because you're fucking him from behind.
We need to explain some positions.
Well,
to
I
this
know.
priest.
I for a moment there, and I was there with my friend Patrick, the dead one, the now dead one, and I remember thinking, I nearly said, Father, you really perfectly possible. I mean, seriously, if it's really coming to that, what's the point at this point of trying to say that? And my favourite, by the way, you've got it right here, my favourite part of the index of the conservative soul is on the second page, which is Clitoris, purpose of, page 86. Now, my point about that was, what the fuck is the clitoris doing there when procreation is entirely possible without it being stimulated in the slightest? Why does a woman have that incredibly pleasurable part of her anatomy, which seems to be utterly connected to sexual desire and utterly unconnected to procreation?
But
now, the answer they would give is that simply that's a faulty penis. Whereas, of course, the penis is a faulty clitoris, as we now know in the development of the fetus. See, my point about natural law, which I'm interested in, because I do think actually that it's hard to get rid of nature entirely in understanding morality, especially in things like sex. I mean, obviously, for example, seems to me, to say that sex has nothing to do with procreation is as idiotic as saying it can only be to do with procreation. And so there's some sense in which they're right, except they're basing it upon 13th century biology. And we know that's not true. We just know it's not true. If it's not true, it can't be what God God is truth if nothing else. Therefore, Darwin has to be compatible with Christianity, or Christianity is a lie.